Greetings and welcome to Skyline Museum in Moscow. We continue our tour through the Museum of Composer, and today we will speak about his innovatory symphonic poem called Prometheus, poem of fire. Alexander Nikolaevich Scriabin wrote this poem in 1910, and it was the first musical piece. It was the first musical poem which included in its musical score also a new part responsible for the light-colored illumination of space, called in Italian luce. Luce, translated from Italian, means light. And for the first time in the history of music, we have a musical piece accompanied with light color. And Alexander Scriabin wished to perform this new symphonic poem in a big concert hall with light color effects and projections. But unfortunately, in 1910, the electricity just started to appear, and technical means would not allow to perform his project in a big concert hall. That's why Alexander Scriabin, together with his closest friend Alexander Moser, who was an electrician, physicist, and engineer, decided to construct this little light color device in order to perform Prometheus at home. And how they did it? Generally, in the evenings, when the friends of a composer were gathering here, Alexander Scriabin would play the musical part on the Bechstein grand piano, and his spouse, Tatiana Schlotzer, would play the light color part. They were also drawing the curtains in order to plunge the study into semi-darkness to strengthen the light color effects. And only 5 years after this, in 1915, on 20 March, they gave the world premiere of Scriabin's Prometheus in a big concert hall with light color projections. The world premiere took place in Carnegie Hall in New York, and that performance was made possible due to the invention of American electrician and engineer Thomas Edison, who, especially for this event, invented a special light-colored organ. Scriabin composed this symphonic poem and associated the musical keys with colors because he possessed a special capacity to perceive musical keys in colors. It is a very unique phenomenon known in modern psychology and science as synesthesia. It's a Greek term. Syn, it's prefix with the meaning collective joint, and aesthesis, it's a perception. And here before you, the scale of correspondence between the keys and colors as perceived by Alexander Nikolaevich Scriabin. Interestingly, here we have not accidental correlations between the musical keys and colors, because on this scale one may discern also the different levels of reality. Alexander Nikolaevich Scriabin was a composer symbolist, and he was using the musical keys and the colors like symbols to denote his main philosophical ideas. For example, these corner red colors, C and F, denoted the terrestrial level, the level of tensions, agony, sufferings, and for composer, the key F sharp was the symbol of a divine level. It was the upper or the highest reality, and it was also the symbol of divine bliss and happiness. In his symphonic poem Prometheus, Alexander Nikolaevich Scriabin used musical keys as symbols. For example, he introduced innovatory harmony, so-called six-tone cluster, which was a very unique and innovatory harmonic unit, which he called magical chord or mystic chord. And fourth cabinet was the symbol of the divinity or divine level. It was a source of all existence, of all universe, from which material phenomena were manifested. And after some evolutionary process, when the human spirit or soul was purifying itself through hardships, through different tensions, it reaches its climax, and we have in the final part of the Prometheus the process of returning of all manifestations into the primordial source of divinity, into the final fire, cosmic fire, which Alexander Scriabin put down in the score of Prometheus. In the end, he wrote that with a pencil. He left his remarks that everything is in fire. The whole cosmos is captured in fire.